viewers, thank you for tuning into AmysCrypt. I have a very cool episode for you guys today because it is all about you. I'm going to be going through some of the best pieces of paranormal evidence that I missed in my own videos, but you guys were able to pick up. You guys know that I always love and appreciate when you come and comment on my videos, and there have been a couple of instances where you've pulled out some pretty compelling paranormal evidence or things that are just downright scary in my videos. So let's jump straight into it. I'm going to go through a couple of pieces of evidence you guys have caught for me. Our first piece of evidence was actually picked out of my episode on the old Clark Air Base Hospital, which is in the Philippines. Now, if you guys haven't actually seen that episode yet, I'm going to link it below. I did manage to pick up a lot of really cool evidence during my investigation, and it's probably one of my scariest investigations as well. If you don't know much about this place though, it is an abandoned hospital in the Philippines, and it was used very heavily by the US militaries both during World War II and the Vietnam War. It is supposed to be insanely haunted, and there's been so many paranormal investigators that have passed through that place and come out with really great evidence. While I did manage to pull out quite a few EVPs or electronic voice phenomena in my own footage, there is one that I missed, and this one was actually picked up by a viewer and fellow paranormal YouTube creator, Joey Adventures. Now, I've actually been friends with Joey for a little while, and she's really cool. She is great at picking up paranormal evidence in footage as well. She has her own channel, which I'm going to link below if you guys want to check it out. But she did manage to pick out this really cool and kind of creepy EVP as I was walking through exploring the old hospital. Now, Joey did actually pick out a couple of EVPs in this video, but I'm going to focus on the first EVP that she mentions, and she said that it kind of sounds like ghosts in a whisper sort of voice, and I totally agree. I hear the same thing, but I'm curious to know what you guys pull out of it, so I'm going to roll that clip for you now.
Oh, that one still has the actual elevator by the looks, or something there. It's full of water.
Okay, so what do you guys hear? So I also kind of hear something that sounds like ghosts. It sounds quite whispery, close to the camera. It sounds like it could be female, maybe a child. I definitely do not believe that it came from me or Jared, my camera guy, or the other two male security guards that were kind of escorting us through the hospital. So it is a tricky one, and it is an interesting one. Now, I did have a couple of other viewers reply to Joey's comment. I had Fred and Alana both say that they could hear it too, and one of them even mentioned, yes, I can actually hear the word ghosts. So it's quite interesting, and I love it when you guys share what you hear with me as well as each other. So it's really cool that you're interacting with each other in the comment section. But please let me know your thoughts on what you think of this weird whisper voice. Do you think that it might have been paranormal or possibly caused by something else? Our next piece of interesting evidence was actually pulled out of my video on the Sydney Quarantine Station Part 2 by multiple crypt keepers. I'm talking, there was a lot of you that commented about this strange glitch. Now, as I mentioned previously, I will be linking all of my full videos below, but if you don't know much about the Sydney Quarantine Station, or the Q Station as it is also known, it is one of the most haunted places in Australia. Basically, it worked as a place where people were quarantined as they came via ship to Australia, and if there was even just one person on the ship that was sick, they would be put into this area to protect the rest of all the people already living in Sydney from diseases. Now, because of a lack of medical knowledge and very cramped, poor conditions, there were a lot of deaths here, and this place has quite a dark history that has led to a number of hauntings at the site. During my investigation at the Sydney Quarantine Station, as I was exploring the nurses' quarters, I looked into a mirror, and right as I did, my camera did this really weird glitch. Now, I should note that a couple of hours earlier in the investigation, my camera was glitching, but this next glitch that happened as I looked right in the mirror was isolated, and it just was so odd that it was just happened the second I looked in the mirror, and that was the only time that it glitched again. I did think that was a bit weird, but I also thought, you know, this could be really coincidental. So I posed it to you guys, my viewers, my crypt keepers. I wanted to know what you thought of this weird glitch as I looked in the mirror. Now, when I asked you guys about the mirror, I got so many comments about it. I love to see all my comments. And it was really cool. There was a lot of you that thought, yes, this is definitely something paranormal. There was a few of you that were on the fence, or some of you that were more skeptical, which is also great because I don't want you to believe everything that happens is paranormal. I want you to question everything, which is what you should be doing whenever you watch paranormal videos or investigating videos. It's the best way to approach the paranormal, I believe. So we had the people saying, yes, this is paranormal. Some people were not sure. Some people didn't think it was anything. And then we had a number of people that saw something a little bit more in the mirror. So I'm going to roll the original clip of what happened and just pay close attention to that mirror, alright guys? Creepy that there's a mirror right here too. Creepy that there's a mirror. 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 Now, when I first saw this glitch, I was like, oh, it's just that. It's just a glitch. But then there was a lot of you that started seeing something more. A number of you thought that you could see something demonic looking back at me from the mirror, which is kind of interesting. I mean, also freaky, but there is supposedly a demonic entity that hangs around in that building. Now, on the other end of this spectrum, there was also a lot of people that saw the face of a nurse, which again is interesting because we were in the nurses' quarters. Now, in addition to all of these comments, I also had a number of you guys reach out to me via email just because you were so intrigued at what you had seen in the mirror. Now, I had a couple of people show me screenshots of what they had grabbed the second that this glitch appeared in the mirror, and I even had one of my viewers, Rachel, who reached out to me, and she had again taken a screenshot of the moment that the camera glitched in the mirror and then run it through a forensic photo analyzer, and it kind of produced some very interesting alterations to what you could actually pick up and see in this image. Now, when you really take a close look at this, you can kind of see a weird creepy looking hand in the bottom left hand side of the mirror, and then more towards the right is a very gross, strange looking creature face. And in one of these altered photos in particular, Jared actually mentioned that it kind of looks like a werewolf to him. And I totally agree, I can kind of see that, but I can also see a face that to me kind of looks like Pennywise, the new version of Pennywise from the movie It, which is funny because our guide at the Q station actually described the demon in that building as being just like Pennywise. Now, although this does look really, really freaky, I do just want to note when you grab this section of footage and you slow it down kind of frame by frame, you see how this glitch image is developed, and it looks like it is developed by segments of my own face and my own hand, but still interesting nonetheless. I want to know your thoughts on this. Do you think that this could be something paranormal related to mirrors, maybe even being a portal? Was something showing itself to me in the mirror? Or do you think our eyes are just picking out random stimuli and creating a face from it, or something really freaky looking, such as in the phenomena of pareidolia? Alright guys, so our next piece of paranormal evidence spotted by you guys, my viewers, brings us all the way back to the Philippines, to one of the most haunted places in the country, which is the old Diplomat Hotel. Now, this place has a seriously dark history. It did start its life out as a retreat for nuns and priests, so it was quite innocent, but by the time World War II rolled around, this place became occupied by the Japanese, and it is said that there was a lot of executions and tortures undertaken at this building. Now, fast forward a little bit more into the 1970s, a fake healer moved in and renovated this place into a hotel and lured a lot of terminally ill patients to the hotel, and this just resulted in a lot more death at the site. So it totally makes sense, and you can kind of understand all of the legends and the hauntings here because of the history that relates into them. Now, the piece of evidence from this video that I want to talk about is actually a response that I got through my spirit box. Now, this response came right after I asked, "What is your name?" And I did originally present it to you all in my video as just a couple of question marks. Generally, I'll do this if I hear a word or something like a phrase that comes through which sounds interesting but I can't quite grasp what it's saying. Or sometimes I will grasp what it's saying, but I'm just curious to know and validate that to see if other people, you guys, my crypt keepers, can hear the same thing as me. So I get a little bit experimental with it. But what is cool was there was a number of people that heard the exact same thing without me even putting it on screen. So I'm going to roll this clip, so take a listen and see if you can pick out and hear what it says too. Could you say your name? It would be nice to know who we are talking to. Now guys, what is really cool about getting the name Lorenzo through is that Lorenzo is actually a super common, popular name over in the Philippines. And that is because there's a lot of history over there with the Spanish. The name Lorenzo, when it comes through, it's also said in quite a thick Filipino accent. So it definitely sounds like someone from over there is saying Lorenzo to me as their name. Now, I was very interested and intrigued by how many people came through saying, I heard this, I heard this. So I did my best to research and look up whether I could see anyone with the name Lorenzo that had ties to or maybe possibly died at the old Diplomat Hotel. I couldn't actually find anything that validated this, but if for whatever reason anyone out there has any information on that, then I would love to hear from you. Please share a comment, let me know if there really is any Lorenzo that has ever hung around the old Diplomat Hotel and has a reason to haunt the building. And as with all of these pieces of paranormal evidence, I want to hear your thoughts about this. Do you guys think that the Lorenzo could tie into anything or be relevant in an actual intelligent response to the question that I asked? Or do you think it was just a random piece of radio interference that coincidentally slotted into the question I was posing? Guys, my next piece of paranormal evidence brings me to the 99 Doors mansion in Malaysia. And this place has actually been one of my favorite to investigate, and that is because it was downright scary there at night. It was so spooky. This place is an abandoned mansion that sits on a plantation, and it is said to have 99 doors, but apparently it has a 100th door that opens every night at midnight to the other realm. And basically this special door was created through black magic and has brought a number of dark spirits to the abandoned mansion. And this is just one of the reasons why this place is thought to be insanely haunted. Now, I loved this place so much, and I was really proud and really happy of all of the evidence that I was able to capture while investigating there. But there were so many crypt keepers who were really quick to point out in the comment section of that video that I had captured what looked like a shadow figure. It's pretty scary. So I'm gonna roll this clip for you now.
Oh, just missed him. There's little squirrels in here. They're really cute. So it's super dark in the mansion. So it's super dark in the So it's super dark in the So it's super dark in the So it's super dark in the
Now, at first glance, that thing looks pretty freaking creepy, right? But as soon as you guys pointed it out to me, I had a look and I knew what it was straight away. That was just Jared, my camera guy. Yep, thanks Jared. But seriously, he looks really creepy in that. And he is pretty notorious for getting in my shots. He has managed to find his way into a number of my videos that he's not supposed to even be in.
What are you talking about? Get involved in your videos that I'm not supposed to be in.
Now, the reason I am including this clip in my video is I firmly believe it is very important to debunk things that are definitely not paranormal. I actually pride myself in keeping my videos very honest. Even if nothing happens, that is what I will show you guys. And the reason I do that is because I know that there are so many people out there on the internet that don't do that. This all being said, if you guys see something or you hear something in my videos and you're not sure what it is, you think it's paranormal, you think that you can debunk that, please go ahead, leave me a comment. I'm never gonna shoot you down for saying something that you saw or heard, because a lot of the times I want to know what you guys see. I want to know what you guys hear. I just think that it's important and it's super helpful as a creator, because sometimes I miss things. I'm a human being. My final piece of evidence, which I have saved until last for you guys, is because I think it's actually a very special one. Not only is it compelling, it's pretty cool, and it's also kind of different. This one was actually caught on camera inside Malinta Tunnel, which is just off of the coast of Manila in the Philippines on Corregidor Island. Now, Malinta Tunnel is essentially a hole bored through the side of a mountain. It has a very long history, so it has been used as military storage, it's been used as a 1,000 bed hospital, and it's been used as a bomb shelter. Mostly all of this was throughout World War II. So it has quite a lot of history. It has strong ties to death, particularly with the 3,000 Japanese soldiers who committed suicide within that tunnel to avoid being captured by enemy forces. So this place definitely has the history and backstory to support being a haunted location. This piece of evidence was actually brought to my attention by a viewer and fellow paranormal creator, Laura from The Paranormal Scholar. Now, I absolutely love The Paranormal Scholar YouTube channel, and I think a lot of you guys will too. If you're looking for paranormal content that goes really deep into the history and backstory of cases that involve ghosts, hauntings, even demons, then go check out that channel. I'm going to link it below for you guys to give it a sus. So I actually worked together with Laura to produce a video on the ghost stories of Corregidor Island. As a part of this collaboration, Laura did an extreme amount of research on Corregidor Island, its history, its ghost stories. She also did a lot of research on the Malinta Tunnel. So when I showed her my investigation video, there was one part of the investigation that really stood out in her mind, and that was me capturing some footage of a lampshade moving on its own. Now I'm gonna roll that clip for you. I just do want to note, guys, there's absolutely no wind movement at all in this tunnel, and when you look at the lamps moving, it seems to just be one lampshade moving, all of the others are still. So let's take a look.
Jared's just told me to zoom in on this lamp because it's actually moving. It is swaying. There's no air movement in here at all either. Is there someone in here with us? Can you make that lamp move more? Can you make a noise? That is pretty creepy that it's just spinning. Are the other ones?
Nope.
Now that you guys have seen that footage, I'm about to roll a historical clip that was filmed in 1945, and this is actual US military footage. So what you're about to watch is a piece of film taken within Malinta Tunnel at the time the Japanese were dropping bombs onto Corregidor Island.
Look at those lamps sway.
Now this footage interests me so much, and I cannot thank Laura enough for sharing this with me, because I don't believe there's any way I would have ever known about this if it wasn't for her actually providing me the link to this clip. And it is so crazy to watch my footage of the lamp swinging and then to see that historical footage of the bombs dropping on Corregidor Island with the lamp swinging. It's almost kind of scary to think about. So what do you guys think? Do you reckon that there was some kind of residual energy down there causing the lamp to move, swing and sway in a similar fashion it did all those years ago? Or do you think that this could have just been caused by some kind of natural event within the tunnel that we haven't yet thought about? I really want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments as per this whole video. Now before I go, I do want to take a moment to thank every single person who has ever commented on my videos. Every comment helps me to grow. I also want to thank in particular all of the people who have commented to share evidence or things that they've heard, that they've seen in my videos before. Particularly all of the people that commented about the topics that I've spoken to today. I absolutely love you guys. You guys are my crypt keepers, you're the best, and I really appreciate these comments. Please know that I do read all of my comments. I'm always intrigued to know what you guys spot, particularly in my investigations. So never be shy to comment. It really helps me, and it really motivates me to keep making more content for you guys. If you like watching what I do, that's a good thing, right? So if you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to do a little bit more reading on any of the haunted places that I have visited, head to AmysCrypt.com. You guys can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at AmysCrypt. Thanks for watching, Crypt Keepers. Until next time.